Welcome to Sir Robert Chiduk Tutorials. Learning is 24/7. Hello and welcome to Sir Robert Chiduk Tutorials. Today we are going to look at the lenses. I know that one day you are going to be asked to describe the structure of the lenses. You may be asked to describe the structure of the lenses. So it's very important for you to know what a lens is so that you're able to describe the structure of the lens. It's also very important to draw the lenses as well, so that in case you fail to fully describe, but if you can draw and label the lenses, then you try to describe, it will also help you when they are marking and they find out that at least you try to draw and you clearly labeled some of the structures. It also helps you. Anyway, it is very simple to describe the lens. What is the lens? The lens is a biconvex, elastic, transparent board suspended behind the iris from the board by the suspensor ligament. So this is the lens. So the lens is a biconvex structure that is held in position by the suspensor ligaments. So its position is just behind the iris. So some of the most important thing now is you will be describing the lens. You must be able to pick a lot of issues to note. One thing to note is that the lens is biconvex. You must clearly show that the lens is a biconvex structure which is held in position by the suspensor ligament. That is its position. And also indicate that it's behind the iris, it's found behind the iris, right? That is its position. It's also elastic. That is another point. The lens is elastic, which means it allows for accommodation, right? To promote distant vision and also short vision. That's why it's elastic. So it can constrict to accommodate. It can also dilate depending with any given situation, right? It is the only structure in the eye that changes its refractive power. So the lens has got refractive power. The lens, take this is very important. The lens has got refractive power. It is the only body structure that can change its refractive power. It has got the capacity to bend the light rays and focus them on the retina, specifically on the part that is called the macula lutea, which has got the photosensitive pigments that are stimulated to generate electric impulses that is then be sent to the brain for evaluation of sight. So we've seen that it is the only structure in the eye that changes its refractive power. Light rays entering the eye need to be refracted, that is to be bent, to focus them on the retina. So it is also the function of the lens to focus. It is also the function of the lens to focus the light rays on the retina, right? Then light from distant objects needs least refraction, and as the object comes closer, the amount of refraction needed is increased. So light that comes from a distance, it needs just least refraction, it needs least bending. But as the object comes closer, the amount of refraction needed is increased. To increase the refractive power, the ciliary muscle contracts, right? So the ciliary muscle contracts. The ciliary muscle contracts in order to increase the refractive power. So you see that the lens works closely with the ciliary muscle. So the ciliary muscle contracts in order to increase the refractive power of the lenses. So this moves the ciliary body inwards toward the lenses, contracting the sphincter, relaxing the pull on the suspensor ligaments and allows the lens to bulge, increasing its convexity. This focuses light rays from near objects on the retina. When the ciliary muscle relaxes, it slips backwards, increasing its pull on the suspensor ligament, making the lens thinner. This focus light rays from the distant objects on the retina. So this is a good example of the lens. Let me show you a good example of the lens. This is a lens, right? These are the light rays that are moving in a straight line. So as they reach the lenses, they are going to be refracted, that is to be bent and focused here. They are focused here on the retina. Right? That's an example of the lenses. That's a good illustration of the lens. So let me show you the real lenses in position as it is suspended and held in position by the suspensor ligaments. Right, so here is the lens. This is the lens. So you see, light rays are straight. So there is an object within the field of vision, which is this letter A. So the light which is reflected by this letter A is going to move in a straight line towards the subconjunctiva, the aqueous humor, until it reaches the lens.